League. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godin. Today, we'll talk about the Super Eagles, Europa League, and Npfl. Good morning, also.
Good morning, Godwin. Good morning, listener. A beautiful, beautiful morning to you. A wonderful night of football again in the Europa League. Every night serves us football, wonderful football. It's just like every day is rinse and repeat. No dull moment in the space of football. As a lot of people say, like yesterday again, I was seeing the game between Roma and Celtic. I think Ian Nacho had his goal ruled out for offside, which was okay for him because now he could grow into that position and build momentum. Since he's been substituted in, let him continue to grow in that position. But again, coming back to the AFCON, some teams have already arrived camp in AFCON. Some teams are training in Morocco. I think the Congolese team are training in Morocco. Some of the teams are training in Morocco already. And we are still talking about Super Eagles list not being complete and having question marks around the Super Eagles list. We still have to come back and talk about the Nigerian football, how fast it is diminishing, or how fast it's dying. I don't know.
Good morning, John.
Yes, a raucous morning to you, Godwin. A raucous morning to everyone joining us live on YouTube and on radio. Of course, if you're streaming us live on our website, welcome to you too. I can't wait to get into the show today because there's a lot to talk about. And don't even get me started about the weekend we're about to have in football, especially in the EPL and the La Liga.
And the Npfl.
And the
And the Npfl.
Who's the Npfl?
And the Npfl.
So today is Npfl, so we want to talk about Npfl today.
And
I made a point of
I go travel. You know wetin I travel for night. I just dey dodge my head. Oh, as they drive, I just dey dodge head. They look far. Where we go watch ball.
I made it a point of duty on Fridays to talk about the Npfl. We have to promote it, whether you like it or not. We will promote our own because
No PFL.
Truthfully, we need
You
to.
know someone talk about even NNL, just second division. If case not taken, we talk about the 3 division league in this show.
Okay, it was fantastic. The list of Nigerian Super Eagles dropped yesterday. Remember, guys, before we talk about that, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. Before we talk about that, let's just go quickly to the Europa League and give you the results of the Europa League. Talk about probably the English clubs that played yesterday. Talk about 2 of them. So you can jump straight to the Nigerian Super Eagles list of that matter because everybody has been talking about that list since yesterday. Everywhere has been buzzing and say, why didn't this person make it? Why everywhere? Why choke everywhere? So we'll talk about that later. But let's go to the Europa League and quickly go through it. Okay, the result of the Europa League yesterday, Young Boys beat Lille 1-0. Nice lost at home to Braga 1-0. Ferencváros 2, Rangers of Scotland 1. Dynamo Zagreb lost at home to Real Betis 3-1. Stonegras 0, Serena Vesda 1. Ludogorets 3, WAC 3. Utrecht 1, Nottingham Forest 2. Midtjylland 1, Genk 0. Stuttgart beat Maccabi Tel Aviv 4-1. Celta Vigo lost at home. Away games they win. We tried this in this particular round. Celta Vigo lost at home to Bologna. Basel lost at home to Aston Villa. Aston Villa beat them 2-1. Celtic, just finished talking about, lost at home to Roma 3-0. Porto beat Malmo 2-1. Lyon beat Go Ahead Eagles 2-1. FCS beat 4, Feyenoord 3. That's the highest scoring game in that Europa League. Okay, Freiburg 1, Salzburg 0, Panathinaikos 0, Victoria Pleasant 0, then Brand 0, Fenerbahce 4. Okay, let's talk about the English team that won yesterday. Obviously, Aston Villa won Basel 2-1. Emery has been flying. He's not in the league table, just 5 points behind Arsenal, and now he's winning his games in the Europa League. I think he has won 6 games in a row, 7 games in a row in all competition. Emery he's building something that is nice, and he won this game 2-1.
Yes, how will I put it now? Let me just say, when you've been repeating the same class 5 years in a row, you should at least learn a thing or two and be 1 or 2 steps ahead of certain people. Emery is an old hand in this competition. Let's not forget he's won it 3 times in a row. He's also won it at 2 different clubs. So I think you can give the man his plaudits. The man is seasoned in this competition. And then when you come and talk about Aston Villa's prospects of a silverware this season, he has a stronger bet in the Europa League than in any other competition. You understand? it's still out of hand because you look at the quality of opponents in those competitions relative to that of this Europa League, and I trust him to go the distance.
Yes, the FA Cup draw was happening day before yesterday. Even said that probably tomorrow I'll give you the.
We'll look into
we'll
that.
look into
Yes.
that, yes, but
We are not looking into it until January. That FA Cup draw, no one even look into them at all. I gave you Man City and Arsenal, third division, fourth division teams.
If
Since
they
they
pay
even
you,
exist.
I can't give you.
Come, they give me a strong team.
who
They
they
give
give
me.
you?
I know I even call their name. They give me strong team. They give me that Premier League team. Soft game, soft
They just
landing.
what
soft,
they did.
soft
What they
landing.
did is just tell you try again next time.
You know what I mean?
The number you have
Give me
dialed
something like
does
Man
not
City.
exist.
Okay, but
I mean,
good
no.
game for Aston Villa.
But again,
Yes,
it's wonderful
good game
game
for
for them
Villa,
last
no
night.
doubt.
Look at the way they played the game. Like I said, I was focused on this particular game, but that was a late kickoff. Early kickoff, look at the games they played. But that late kickoff, I just said, let me look at the Aston Villa game from one eye because, again, we talk about the struggles in front of goals they faced this year so far. Even while they say they are still winning games, they are scoring goals, they're still struggling in front of goals because this is a game they should have been winning by at least a margin.
Yes,
You
even
know,
in this
not
encounter.
a slim margin. It's supposed to be a game they should have won with maybe 3 goals margin or so. Even if they concede one, at least we score 4. Look at the chances they missed in front of goal yesterday. It was painful to see an Aston Villa side go into a match like this and your strikers could not bury 2 chances. It was a problem. Not that the team was defensive. I wouldn't say the team was even packing the box. The team was playing. They were defensive a little, but again, they were also offensive. In those moments, they were being offensive, and you broke them down. Why were you not clinical in front of goal? I think it's going to come back and hurt Aston Villa in the rest of the season. But again, it was a good game to see. Aston Villa winning the 3 points in the bag, no questions asked. On to the next one. That's
On to the next. The
but
most
again,
important
we just have
thing.
to talk about that key factor that they keep missing their chances in front of goal.
That one is granted. Like I don't think we need to overflog that issue. Everybody
I
knows
go
the
dey flog
issue.
am o.
Secondly, they do not score as much as they should. Go look in the Premier League. Their tally for the season so far, there's a lot of improvement because if you take a snapshot of where they are now and last season, you will see that they had more goals last season than this season. Obviously, because they had the Duran and Watkins connection.
I think Durant left in January.
Yeah, if you look at it, this time last season, he left in January. But this time last season, him and this guy were firing each other, competing for who gets to start. Now, we are seeing Villa adopt a more false 9 position with Donyell Malen starting yesterday ahead of Oli Watkins, though Watkins came on in the 64th minute to put in an effort on the 9. So I still feel like Villa, we said something, Godwin, that Villa bought well, and this summer they sold a couple of those players. They sold well. I think there's a case to be made about them signing another striker maybe in the summer.
Okay, they won that game 2-1. Nottingham Forest won their game 2-1 too. Good game for the English boys.
Good game for them. You have to give it to what's his name now, Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche, he can be struggling in the Premier League because he's still there and thereabouts.
In the Premier League.
But he's doing well in Europe, and I think it's not long that form will transfer to the Prem. He will transfer to the Prem because if you saw the way they played yesterday, they won that game 2-1, and they played a really good game of football. The thing is, like I was saying, Sean Dyche should secure you. Sean Dyche should take you to Europe, do well in Europe in this level they are right now because you can't shoot for more than where you are. The question is, he's already in Europe here
not
now.
being take them there.
Not being take them
Sean
to Europe.
Dyche will never take it to Europe. He play no reach there.
He's taking them stage by stage
in the
Europe.
As they reach Europe,
as they reach Europe, yes. He's taking them forward.
Because Sean Dyche that I know would rather relegate you than qualify you for
that's your own. He didn't get this club where they are. Somebody brought them here and somebody is taking them forward. That's what I mean. It's called alliteration if you want to know. So that's that. The question mark is he going to be the one that will take them next season? We don't know, because if you look at performances in the league, if anything to go by from what we saw with Postecoglou is that performances in the league matter more than success in Europe.
Okay, let's see what happens with them. They won that game 2-1. Let's talk about Celtic. Celtic lost at home to Roma, 3-0. Roma, even though they fell off a little bit in the Serie A, but they are still doing well in the Europa League. They won that game 3-1. Yeah, Ihan Nacho just played a few
game in the second half. I think 2 goals ruled out for offside though. Yeah. I think two of their goals, 2 of Celtic's goals ruled out. 1 ruled out in the first half. No, not be ruled out. That early somebody. That guy is supposed to lie down, missing a penalty when your team is losing. Your team is 3 goals down. Engels. Your team is 3 goals down, and you have a penalty to convert. You have just one assignment. You scored that one penalty at halftime, and I think before they blew up the whistle, you scored that one penalty. coming back from the tunnel at second half, it gives your team that ginger, that motivation to at least try and get one more. You get now missing that penalty dropped the morale back to ground zero, which we were building. I think they were building into momentum and they lost that penalty and they went back to ground zero. Coming back in the second half, Kelechiku, senior man Kels came in the second half, had his goal ruled out for offside, which means they still tried their best to bring them on that momentum. But I have to say, I don't know, but Evans was the man of the night.
But the bottom line is that you have to give it to Evans because he was a rejected stone at West Ham. That is
no,
well
the top saying rejected stone at West Ham.
Yes.
Now loan.
Let's call it what it is.
You see, it's not be West Ham in can't fail.
He failed at West Ham on your watch.
Let me not tell you the truth is, he came to West Ham on a 6-month loan deal, and was injured most of the time.
Yeah.
So the club will get him. You know, talk saying fail for them. And my club ain't come loan. When one come
How
loan.
many games did you play him?
I played him about 5 or 6 Premier League games. Yes, and he was mostly out. He just like Jesus now. You tell me Jesus is out injured. He comes back in December. He plays throughout the Christmas period. Then first week of January he's out injured. And you tell me he's failed at Arsenal.
It's an indictment on your team.
Now it's 5 years. I think 3 years or 4 years in the Arsenal team. That's what they call failure. Not somebody who came on a 6-month loan and was injured for like 4 months out of that 6 months.
On a 6-month loan where he didn't have any striker, let's not forget that Antonio was out.
On a 6-month loan where he had Antonio to battle with.
Oh wow.
On a 6-month loan when he had some other key players, may I not call their name, to battle with. You forget that 6 months period they get full crew. No, so at that point, I think we had to with his injury we had to force Jared Bowen to play as a false 9. At some point they forced my guy. We don't talk about West Ham. West Ham not this competition, I beg. Because now he's gotten his goals. You want to now put it on me.
I'm just telling you that the guy is banging in the goals. 2 on the night.
2 on the night. When he was playing for Brighton, he didn't bang in the goals. He was out injured. He come West Ham, can't play 6 months long. He can't tell me that my hand didn't fail. Because they don't fail before he come my club.
Fantastic game for them.
Good game for him. Give him his credit. Don't put West Ham. Don't put West Ham in that conversation, please.
Yeah, even though in the last 5 games Europa League they have lost 2 and won the last 3. Fantastic for them. Okay, if you look at the league table in the Europa League, Lyon is first after 6 games with 15 points. Midtjylland is second with 15 points. Aston Villa third on the table with 15 points. Real Betis are fourth on the table with 14 points. Freiburg has 14 points with 5th on the table. 6th on the table is Ferencváros, 14 points. They are 6th on the table. Braga 7th, 13 points. The last automatic Porto is 8th on the table with 13 points. But let's see who is going to qualify for the Europa League knockout stages. Remember, everything is now in league format, and the first 24 we will qualify for the knockout stages. Knockout stages, and every other person will go. It's not that those days that's when people lose out in the Champions League, they drop down in the Europa League.
No parachutes for anybody. You drop out.
Anyhow we want that, if you go win Europa League, if you play Champions League, but now everybody, if you crash out in any competition, you go home from there straight up. You are not moving to any other place. Okay, that's all for the Europa League. Let's talk about the Nigerian Super Eagles. The list of Nigerian Super Eagles is out. I'll give you the list and we'll discuss about few of them, few of those lists, some of the controversies in this list. I don't think there's much controversies, but some things.
Controversy joke.
But some things are there. Okay, the African Cup of Nations 2025 Super Eagles squad list is out. Stanley Nwabali is the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper position, Stanley Nwabali. Francis Ozohu, Amas or Basegi made that list for the goalkeeper. So Okoye did not make the list of the Nigerian Super Eagles. That is one of the places Nigerian fans are talking about. Okay, in the defenders, Calvin Bassey, Sanisu is there, Sami Ajayi, Bruno Onyemechi, Igor Abo is there, Chikdozie, Awazim is made the list, but Osai Samuel made the list, and Ryan Alebiosu made the final list for defenders. Midfield Wilfred Ndidi, Frank Onyeka, Dele Bashiru, Usman made it, Mohamed Usman made it, Alex Iwobi made it, and a new person made the list, Ebenezer Akinsa Nimiro made the list. Rafael Onyeka, then Tochukwu Nnamdi made up the midfield. In the forward is Lukman made it. Osime obviously will make it. Akko Adams, yes, Chukwueze made it. Syria Dresser made it. Then the new guy there, Fago made it to the list. Okay, Moses Simon, Chidera, Ejuke, then Paul Anocho made the list. Fantastic list.
Paul Onuachu
Yes.
made the list. Made the list. There is no
Come
MPFL.
on now.
There is no MPFL player that made the list, even though they were included in the provisional list of 55, but they did not make the list. Okay, let's start with the goalkeeper position. Obviously, the Udinese goalkeeper is the surprise.
Godwin, before we
Commission.
start the conversation, the question is: have we paid the coach, or we are yet
We
to
are,
pay?
we are owing him, but let's leave that one first. Normally we go owe him. All right, let's start with the goalkeeper position. What do you make of them dropping Okoye from the list?
I'm shocked. For
Everybody is
real,
shocked.
I'm
though.
shocked.
There are two goalkeepers.
I am shocked. One. Secondly, I have a candidate I've been pushing for the last
Your candidate
decade.
is not candidating. Leave that thing.
My candidate is candidating in the Bundesliga. Name me where your own candidate
My
is
candidate?
candidating. Yes.
Udinese.
Okay.
My candidate, cheaper. One is called up. The other guy is playing in Israel, I think.
Who knows the club?
Wait till me name. And the other guy that coached, there was in the last AFCONs now, before the founding of my guy, that was in triple. I've forgotten his name. The guy that is always jumping with the rosary in his hands. Francis Uzoho, grandpa, coming back to the team. It's a good one. It's a good one.
How is
But
that a good one?
again, this is just pure sentimental selection. Pure sentimental selection, because again, in defense you don't have Bruno Yemechi. In this team,
We have Bruno Emechi.
sorry, in this, who do you want to play as your left back? Bruno Yemechi. In this
Salisu will play there. Salisu will play the left back if you are looking for left back. The person that because of injury is Nottingham Forest guy that did not make this because he's still injured. So that's my own. I wish he was around because he can play left back and right back at the same time. That's the only person.
Again, it's just I just about the matter of how quick African football moves on, because I was looking at the Cote d'Ivoire list as well. I could understand what this manager did in this league because I looked at the Cote d'Ivoire
What
list.
did he do? Where is Olaino?
The player is out injured.
He's out injured.
Player has not been available.
Where is what's his name now? Rafiu Durosimi.
Who know that one? He's not playing in Spain.
Where is there are a certain group of players that you should expect if you are going to call them up to the team.
What's his
For example, Cyril Dresser, who is on this list now. When last did he play for the Super Eagles?
He was injured. I think he was injured.
It's not about when he played. See, it's about his form in his domestic league.
Look at his form in his domestic league.
His form in the league where he plays is okay. And they've been scouting him for a long time now. Strikers are not available. They had to bring him in, which is okay for him. His form. Again, I still go back to
Aroko Dele did not make the list.
Thank you.
Tolu did not make the list because of his form in the Prem.
Now one.
But Cyril Dresser will just come back from injury. When no they available, is okay to
As he
be
come
on the
back
list.
in play match now.
Where did he play?
I think.
And what's his name? Ian Ochoa has been playing consistently for Celtic.
No, Ian Ochoa has been on the bench for permanently for a month
the
or so.
problem with
Since
Tolu-
Roger left, he's been on the bench.
No,
Just this game, he came
How
in.
is that his fault, bro?
The problem with Tolu is that Tolu plays at the number 9, which Akon Adams and Osime
Can do.
play in that, and they brought in Onachu. So 3 of them can play. So he had to
see, that's the
between
problem
him
now.
and Tolu, he had to drop one of them.
You have to drop on Nacho, please. Nobody know who him be.
Come
Bring
on.
Tolu or Aruko Dare. What do you mean?
See, I keep talking about, when I talk about it, we have question marks around it. The politics they play in player selection is one of the things that will kill our players in top competitions.
I really don't understand
The
this.
politics they play in
totally
player selection.
bonkers.
See, when you play those politics in player selection, I understand you want to move on from certain players. We saw the likes of I want to talk about the Cote d'Ivoire team now. When Cote d'Ivoire was dropping their list, a whole Nicolas Pepe was dropped. And I was asking myself, what happened? The guy that saved them in the last AFCON, that created the chance for the winning goal and scored the winning goal in the last AFCON, Adingra, who is struggling right now in Sunderland, was dropped. These are the two players that were key.
Now,
These are the two players that were key.
Everybody has
These
their
are
own
two
reasons.
players that were key in their last AFCON win. Now, if you translate that to Spy Goals, players that were key in the last AFCON domination are not being selected. Players that helped you qualify for this competition are not. Who is Osman playing in midfield? Where you go play? I've been complaining about Yusuf.
Who know him?
I've been complaining about Yusuf.
The person I'm interested is the Akinso Miro. He plays for Pisa in Italy, but he moved to Inter Milan, but he's on loan to Pisa, and he has been playing fantastic. I don't know if he's going to start, or I don't know why they have not even called him since. But this is going to be his first tournament with the Super Eagles. I'm hoping that he's going to do well, because Nigeria needs fresh legs, young players coming to that, because we think them will soon disappear. Iwobi is going to retire soon, because all of them are almost moving to their 30s. So bringing this kind of boy to I think is a good thing for the Super Eagles too.
I think the biggest loss to our defense is, what's his name, Benjamin Fredericks. That's the biggest loss, because without our skipper available, I don't know how that defense is going to live.
The guy they brought in, the Ryan Kwano. The Ryan guy they brought in, the new person they brought in. That's the thing now. You see, I see a lot of new names in this place, but again, it's just with Usman. I don't have a problem. I don't have a
I've seen him play before. I don't have a problem with the names you are bringing in. I have a problem with people that were not there, that did not qualify us to this AFCON. People that have not been. If you want to bring in any new character into this team, it should be when we are playing our friendlies, when we are playing our qualifier games.
It depends. For example,
how do you just pick these guys and throw them into the team ahead of people who have been playing for the team?
Frederick is injured from this defense. He's out on, so he cannot be the defender. Our
back in January.
Yeah, our this thing retired. Our captain retired. You have to bring somebody in now. We didn't force them to come and play. You have to bring in new people.
These people you are bringing in, I'm saying, look at what I'm saying. I'm saying that with any person you are bringing into any new team, there is a learning curve. There is going to be that time you are going to give them for them to bond into the team and understand each other.
They'll do that when they are trained.
It's not when they are doing training, please. We will play qualifiers, we play the number of games. If you are going to bring in new characters into the team, if you have foresight as a coach or a manager, you should have done this, man.
Argument is not right. For example, nobody knew that the captain is going to retire before the AFCON. So somebody has to replace him. Nobody knew that Frederick was going to be injured before the AFCON. You have to replace him.
Nobody know that this man is in his 30s.
I remember too. We don't really call up defenders to our Super Eagles squad. It's always few names there.
Wow.
Do you understand? So, and two of our men,
one left back.
Yeah, two of our men are out. So you cannot blame the coach of bringing people.
One left back,
to try out
2 right back, 3 center half, 4 midfielders. And every other person is attack.
Obviously, where we have our strongest in the department is attackers. Lukman, Osime, Adams. We are hoping Sako Echukwu.
9 players in the attack.
Yes, our hope is that no matter what happens in the midfield, what happens in the defense, that these guys will score goal and score our opponents, and that's the only way we can win this tournament.
It's not gonna work, because look at that midfield. Who won't control that midfield? For apart from Ndidi and what's his name? Ndidi and this other guy, what's his name now?
Iwobi.
Apart from Iwobi himself now, Jara on top.
Frank Onyeka.
Yes, and Ndidi who won't control that midfield for you.
The guy played I was talking about
Club Brugge. Rafael Onyeka.
His box to box was fantastic.
Rafael Onyeka, Frank Onyeka. Wilfred Ndidi. This I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'll sing like a song. Apart from these 4 midfielders, Super Eagles doesn't have any other midfielder.
Then they brought in this guy from Pesa. Let's see if he's going to.
Apart from these 4,
okay.
Frank Onyeka, Rafael Onyeka, Bruno, Wilfred Ndidi, and Alex Iwobi. Apart from these 4, I can't name any top midfielders Super Eagles has currently. And they said they brought in 1 player from, which is 4, and the list of that, I think the players on that list is about 8 of them. On that list so far. So apart from 4, you have 8.
Yeah.
You have 8 of the midfielders, which is an okay number for strikers or midfielders.
The remaining 4, nobody knows them.
The remaining 4 is question mark. So you just have to look out for them in the AFCON.
You have to look
when
out
the
for
coaches
them.
make substitutions.
I'm talking about Ebenezer, because Ebenezer is just 21 years old and he plays for Pesa.
He's a player for the future, not this one. Make it start now.
Make it begin to play now, because when Saka made the English team.
Leave that Saka story.
I'm not giving exactly. He was just 19.
Agreed.
This guy is 21 years old.
See, Godwin, I don't have any problem with him being 21. Let him be 15. I don't have a problem with that. My problem is that these guys that you are bringing in now, right? They are not going to play the bulk of these matches. And then even if they are going to play the bulk of these matches, to a great level, they are still unproven.
Well, almost, for example, in the midfield, you know that Ndidi was going to start. Iwobi is going to start. Probably Bashiru or Onyedika
Okay,
or Rafael
Bashiru.
will start. These guys will fill up the numbers, and if they perform, then we'll look at them in the future. We actually know who's going to start. So, probably in the defense, we are still looking at defense, but we actually know who will start in the midfield and who is going to start in the, for example, in our attack, Osimhen will start as them, depending on the formation. Probably Akwadas will partner with him if he's playing with 4-3-3. Two up front. If they play with a 4-4-2, 2 up front. If they play with a 4-3-3, that means 3 midfielders. Then only Osimhen. Then probably find Chukwueze and somebody or Lukman or Ejuke to flank him. So we know how the attack might work, how the midfield might work. The defense, because new players are there, but it's going to be an interesting thing in this AFCON. AFCON is starting in just a couple of days.
9 days to go.
Yes, 9 days to go. Everybody is going to start training for that AFCON. Hopefully Nigeria will do us, but remember we did not qualify for the World Cup. Maybe they just use to and give us and make use and relax. We will use and chill. I remember if they don't qualify for the World Cup, but they give their country Europa
Euros. League.
Yes,
no, they give them Euros.
They give them Euros that they won England. So maybe they just use to and give us console us. We don't try. As Nigerian fans, we don't try for them. So, but let's see. But if you have, when we open the floodlights, you can look at this list and tell us what the controversies you think in this list. Who do you think they would have made this list, and who do you think shouldn't have made this list? But it's, for me, the attack is okay. It's always going to be okay. Midfield is not bad. Midfield is not bad.
Paul Onacho will not make it. Just for them travel, not sing. Paul Onacho. Paul Onacho.
But let's see the fantastic in the Super Eagles we are going to play. Let's see if we are going to qualify. The problem with Nigerian Spike, when we play this AFCON, we reach at least the semi-finals and we get knocked out. So the last one we reached the finals, which we lost to Ivory Coast in that final. Hopefully we will do one better. But it's, for me, I don't think it's a bad list. But maybe 1 or 2 controversies there, but I don't think it's a bad list. For example, Boniface was dropped from the squad. We knew that me personally, I knew that he's not going to make the squad. The only surprise in this
he shouldn't have been nominated in the first place.
Yeah, the only surprise in this whole thing that our captain decided to retire before the AFCON. We don't know the backstory about it, but for him to retire after the provisional list was dropped, then retire after the provisional list is somehow, I can't explain it, but it's somehow. But let's see. We hope that in this AFCON the Nigerian Super Eagles will do us proud. Chile has still been, as John just said, they never pay our more, but
as a man, pay our coach to avoid another repeat of pre-match protest.
They never pay and complete. They don't pay and some. They never pay and complete.
You did there.
They don't pay and some.
You did there.
They paid that last time they did that.
Okay, let's see what happens with them. The list has been dropped, and the Nigeria, I think they have a good squad. We have one of the best squad in Africa, but the problem always is that can we make these guys play as a team and win this AFCON? Last time we reached the finals, we did not win it. Let's hope that we'll do one better in this year's AFCON. Okay, let's go to our YouTube channel before we talk about the Npfl. The YouTube people are dropping comments on our YouTube. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at both FM Sports. Marco Chuku Ene is here. He said another episode of heartbreak for the Nigerians who trust on Super Eagles. This guy
Stop being so negative, man.
He has been campaigning against Super Eagles. He even said that we're not going to qualify. I can remember Marco Chuku dropping comments. Okay, he's also saying from their names, the highest level they can attain is round of 16. That's the quarterfinal.
Oh, okay? Wow.
Let's see. Okay. Okay. He's also saying just get your calculator ready. AFCON never starts. You don't perceive failure. Okay.
Receive faith, Mark Wachuku.
Okay, Anacletus is here. Anacletus is saying, okay, what is Uzo doing on that list in a country where Ekong is resigning or retiring? Okay, this will be a horrible AFCON. They are already a bad team from the list. Well, we have to have faith with the
coach. I only trust the midfield, though. I only trust the midfield. The rest of the team, I don't trust. Midfield, fullback. Midfield, fullback, attack, and you know I need just attack. They unlike Nepal like this.
I disagree with you, bro. I trust the
attack. Apart from the team where they consistent.
I trust the attack.
The midfield where they talk, who they create.
Thank you.
It will be the create.
Who will be create? You say it.
It will be the create.
Don't talk about.
You will never fit today. After how many years of playing with the Super Eagles, translating from Fulham to national team, they tell me who will be.
They create.
They whine me.
And
Okay.
again, we friends they defend, they tackle,
I think
they shield defense.
I think we
So,
will have
I
our
trust the
strongest.
midfield.
I have our everyone knows we have our
The
strongest
attack
department
is
is
strong.
attack.
The strongest
Our
in the game
weakest department
is defense.
Is defense.
No, it's goalkeeper.
is that goalkeeper
It's
that like to
goalkeeper.
do one or two crazy things that do not make sense.
Now, why they bring
Please,
Uzo come
Wabali,
back?
repent.
Now,
Otherwise,
I think
we'll
now
come for
I'm
you.
beginning to see why they brought Uzo back to the team. Wabali, this person has been in the team before you. If you don't,
No,
they will replace
Don't
you.
be by
the
that
problem-
one, oh.
The problem is he didn't see Uzo. Uzo made errors that you
Thank you.
You just bend your head and just shake your
Out
head.
of shame.
If
You
that one,
know.
leave Uzo. I think the problem is
No,
that either
they can tell
it's
him that either you want to commit error and put us. We will have somebody else that can do the job properly.
With Okoye, probably we have asked if he's going to because there's no reason he's going to leave AFCON, leave Udinese. He doesn't want to leave Udinese and go and sit on the bench.
Yeah, of course,
for 2
definitely,
months
definitely.
and probably go back to his club and start struggling.
Yes. It makes sense. It makes sense.
If the second goalkeeper is breathing down his neck, he will not leave. There's no reason for him to leave.
True that.
Do you understand?
True that, yes.
If there is, for example, you know, some clubs, they keep telling you if you just mistake, this one will enter.
But
They are
again,
they are not
if you
just
look at
number
the way I think the next goalkeeper in Udinese, I think is a tough goalkeeper to play against. But again, it's not in that standard to just
Okay,
bench as well.
but let's
I don't
see.
think so.
Let's see.
Madueke.
But he did not make the list. Let's hope
Madueke.
that probably this one that made those ones that made the list, the players will do us proud. Again, we did not know our Npfl player made that list of AFCON. It
You
shows
should
how
do better.
It shows how poor our league is. We need to improve. Talking about Npfl, let's just switch to the Npfl immediately. There are 2 games that happened yesterday. Rivers United went away to Plateau to win 2-1. That win actually now the same points with Nasarawa United, and they have played 1 game less. So if they get any draw in the next outstanding game, they will top the table. You remember they are the only team that representing us in Africa.
Yes.
But they
shining light.
But it's a good game for them to win against Sparta away from home 2-1. A very fantastic game for Rivers United. Okay, let's give you some news about the Npfl happening around the NPFL. First, coaches and players indifferent as Npfl ensure AFCON break, because the debate now is that if they are going to pause the Npfl while AFCON.
There shouldn't be a conversation.
But the problem is that there's no player playing there, so there's no reason for you to pause it. That's the argument. No Npfl player is playing in Super Eagles, so the debate there is that let them continue their league. They cannot pause for like maybe 1 month plus, almost 2 months, because of the AFCON. Because no player, if only the coach. I think Remo Stars coach and Rangers international coach. It's only any coach or player that is moving from the Npfl to the national team for the AFCON. But again, do you think that when they play international, when the Super Eagles play games, the club football should halt, or do you think they should just continue playing?
Godwin, on this issue, you know where I stand on this one. There is nobody that your parent is going to go and fight war or go and do something. Let's say your parent is going to go and compete for something, and then you are in your own direction. There's no unity in that household. There should be homogeneity of purpose, which means that everybody is pushing one narrative. If the Super Eagles is playing any game representing us anywhere, let's list even the AFCON. Let's say even if it's qualifiers or a competition, whatever, everything happening in that league should pause, because let's tell ourselves the truth. The only reason this is continuing is because of the delusion that there are a group of fans that will turn up to your stadium and pay 500 naira or 1,000 naira to see a bang average game that has no head or have no shape. It should be paused so that we focus on the AFCONs. How can we be playing an AFCONs and we'll be talking about people that keep turning around the corner every 2 weeks? Like, there should be that.
If we talk about turning around the corner, who be your case study? But again, look at it. I feel like each home game, I understand what John is saying, but again, since players are not being selected for the Super Eagles team, every home game, when the Super Eagles play at home, you pause some of those games. You get me? You're playing at home, Super Eagles, you are inviting foreigners to come and play. You pause some of those games so everybody can travel to the stadium. But now they are traveling to Morocco. Please let the league continue.
NNL can continue. Npfl should not.
Will continue.
Npfl should not.
Everybody has a calendar to follow.
Yeah.
Every team has a calendar to follow, and some teams structure their calendar in a way that it favors international breaks. You talk about the European teams, even South African league they play, Zambian league they play. If you go and look at the calendar, they post some of the teams like, okay, now we have the likes of Rivers United playing the CAF Champions League or the CAF in the in the Continentals. Now during their matches in the Npfl are being posted. That's why you see them have about at some games they have about 4, 5, 3 or 4 games outstanding. That's for Rivers United. The same thing goes to South African teams. You see their teams like the likes of Mamelodi Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs, and most of those top teams. Some of their games have been postponed because of the Npfl or because of the continental football or perhaps the club World Cup and the club the CAF club competition and also the AFCONs. So some of those teams, but other teams have been playing. We talk about, let's say at all middle teams they play. You get middle table teams they play, bottom table teams they play because their players no go the competition. But again, top teams that have most of their players in that competitions, they have to postpone some of their games. I understand that if you translate that to the Super Eagles or perhaps the Npfl, it's understandable. But again, in the Npfl, you don't have those players play for the Nigerian Super Eagles. You don't have them even being scouted by the Super Eagles. So the only way it works is
how can you say that they are not being scouted by the Super Eagles?
They play their league every year. How many times you don't see coach for there?
Oh, you look so at, the coach now is one that is scouting the team.
Let me tell you, there are team of scouts around. You go at some point, the scout will tell you, say, see, oh, this person did this team. Conscient. At least once in a while, you're supposed to see the coach in Enugu Rangers. Once in a while, you're supposed to see not at least every
when you never pay him for how many months, you can't see him for Enugu Rangers.
For example, let me just dive in few countries. For example, the number of domestic leagues that will stop or pause in the Africa AFCON because of AFCON will vary by country. It's not a month that they will stop. Because the tournament starting on 21st to 18th of January. So some countries will decide. For example, South Africa League has announced a break from December 7th until January 23rd, 2026 to accommodate the tournament. So
people that are same.
South Africa has decided to pause their own tournament. The Npfl Nigeria have stated that their schedule will not be paused because of AFCON. So it's depending on.
It's depending.
Who is watching them?
So South Africa will pause their own so that they are because truthfully half of their team or more than half of their team
they
play in their national team.
Before half of their team were playing there, when they had exports from Everton and other teams in Europe, they pause it too. When they had, it's not because their players are there. They have, if their players are there, do you want to tell me there's a particular team there that there are 11 players and that's South African team?
John,
you can't say that.
You want to talk about
you can't say that. So it's bonkers for you to keep on playing and you are telling me that you will not suspend the league. It should be suspended.
Even when you want to talk about their players playing in the Prem and across Europe, you still have about 40% of their players homegrown.
More than 40.
You still have about 40% of their players homegrown talents.
That's questionable.
In the national, go on.
It's questionable, Oga. Don't give me that.
Well, it's about choice. South Africa decided to pause their league.
The FA wants to pause.
Nigerian Npfl has decided to continue.
And you wonder why none of our referees are nominated to the AFCON.
So let's see what happens in that. Okay, other news coming out from the Npfl. Some players are going on strike. Like Katsina United have not been paid for a while, so they are going on. So Katsina United players protest because of unpaid salaries for 5 months. They have not been paid salaries for 5 months. So it's crazy what is happening in some of these clubs. How can you play for 5 months? You never see money chop. Imagine how they go come they play football now. Somehow 5 months play. That's why I keep saying states shouldn't manage clubs. Do you understand? It should be a private thing where you do it as a business, as an enterprise, do the club as an enterprise. Look at Arsenal, Chelsea. These people make multi-million dollars get deals and pay their players millions and millions. That's why I keep saying we need to promote our league. If we promote our league, we attract investors. If we attract investors, we might see a player earning 1 million naira a week. plenty, but impossible.
Even you said it shock you.
Okay.
No, but it's
it's
doable.
It's
doable
Godwin,
if you create the.
Godwin, even you when you talk that price,
but it's doable.
See, Godwin.
It's doable.
Shebi na player pick up injury. They complain about.
Excuse me, Godwin. When we have an ecosystem in Nigerian football where you own your structure, you own the club, you own your setup, and you generate revenue from game time. When you see games like AFCON, bro, you pause your game because you know that it's going to cut revenue that week or that period by more than 80%. Not here when state governments roll out endless sums of cash without any follow-up on how these monies are deployed. How can you tell me that players that are playing for a certain club owned by a certain state are complaining that they've not been paid? And you go back and you look at the books, you find out that monies have been released.
Okay, let's open the phone line. We'll get the phone, your own contribution about this Super Eagles list that dropped yesterday. Before then, there are rumors that Ilechukwu is going to assist Rangers International, but he has come out to say that Omo is still he's still there. No, they go anywhere. Even though he's going to join the AFCON, he's part of the coaching crew that is going to join the AFCON. So the assistant coach will have to take them for about a month plus. About a month in this AFCON. But Ilechukwu says that he's not going anywhere from Rangers International.
Rangers fans, tighten your seatbelts.
Okay, let's get your own contribution about all these things we are talking about, especially the Super Eagles. What do you make of that list? That list in that Super Eagles. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us if you think that this list is enough. They are well enough to win the AFCON. You know, Nigerians is always funny because we're always complaining. I don't blame us for complaining though, because we have seen series of disappointment everywhere. Okay, let's take the first call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Name and location, please. Okay, what is your contribution?
My contribution is that this is all the things where you people are saying here. Okay, but please, I want to ask question. Which day are you people used to talk about Nigeria?
Friday. Now Friday, that's what they talk about Nigeria today now.
Okay, like Friday, I will not be listening.
Why?
Wait, see.
Nigeria, where something are not moving, where something are not cooking, why we're just finding progress? We should pop up in progress so they can never make it.
We can never. Please,
wow.
Please.
Some people are hungry and they are doing blatant and corruption. People out there that are supposed to be giving Nigeria results, they did. That they are doing this person is my own, this person is my own. He must play. So until tomorrow they will not get any result.
I understand. I understand you. Thank you very much.
I understand it, but that's the very reason why we should talk about it.
Yes, talk about. If you keep skipping these things that you don't want to talk about it because this one and this one I don't think is right. That's why even if it's 30 minutes, let's talk about our own things are happening around it.
Of course,
probably we'll see something progress happening. We cannot just say because Npfl.
Change does not happen in a vacuum.
Yes.
You have to create the space and time for it.
Okay, let's take phone call. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yeah, my name is Oya.
Welcome back.
They take one.